Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. We got the game 2 of the final game of this series between the Yankees and the White Sox. See if the Yankees can bounce back from a tough walk-off grand slam by Apba to win game 1. And the starting lineup for the New York Yankees. Leading off playing second base Tony Lazzeri. Batting second playing shortstop Phil Rizzuto. Batting third playing left field Babe Ruth. Batting fourth playing right field Mickey Mantle. Batting fifth playing first base Lou Gehrig. Batting sixth playing center field Joe DiMaggio. Batting seventh and doing the catching is Yogi Berra. Batting eighth playing third base is Red Ruff. And on the mound batting ninth, Bob SHAWKEY, leading the American League with a .4 ERA. What a pitching matchup we have today. As you look at the Chicago White Sox home team starting lineup, batting first, playing leading off, playing short is Luke Apba, who hit that walk-off grand slam. Batting second, playing second is Eddie Collins. Batting third, playing left field, Carl Reynolds. Batting fourth, playing first base, Zeke Bonora. Batting fifth, playing center field, Manny Mioso. Batting sixth, playing right field, Bib Falk. Batting seventh, playing third base is Buck Weaver. Batting eighth, doing the catching is Sherman Lohr. And on the mound, leading the league with a 3 wins and a 1-point-something ERA is Ed Walsh. Like I say, what a pitching matchup we have here. Let's get down here and get this started. Watch it end up being a blowout. And leading off for the Yankees, Tony Lazzeri, batting .288 with a 4 home runs and 7 RBIs. Like I said, Ed Walsh, his 5th appearance, he's 3-0 with a 1.91 ERA. Here's the pitch to Tony. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, and he strikes Tony out for out number 1. Now to the plate is Phil Rizzuto, batting .169, 2 homers, and 7 RBIs. And that's going to be a flyby all out to Manny Mioso for out number 2 rather. 2 quick outs here in the top of the first. And now comes Babe Ruth, batting .340 on the year with 9 homers and 17 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes out 2 out of the 3. Yankees go down in order. White Sox do up with Apba, Collins, and Reynolds. Apba is batting .260 with that 1 homer, was a grand slam in the last game. And he's got 7 RBIs. And Bob SHAWKEY, this is his 4th appearance. He's 2-0 with that 0.4 ERA. And you can see the White Sox upcoming schedule. They got a double hitter against the A's on the 7th. Then the Red Sox come to town. And here's the pitch to Luke. And that's going to be a ground ball down the field at short over to first for out number 1. And Eddie Collins comes to the plate now. And Collins is batting .197 with a homer and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball out in front of the plate. Yogi pounces on it, fires down the Lou for out number 2. And now Reynolds is up with nobody on and 2 outs, batting .342. 5 homers and 17 RBIs. And that's going to be a rare play, 26 and a 40. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike 1 on Reynolds. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be a lazy fly ball out the Ruth and left. And that'll end the inning. 1-2-3 goes the White Sox. To the top of the second we go. Mantle, Gehrig, and DiMaggio against Ed. And Mick batting .169, 3 homers and 10 RBIs. And that's going to be a, it's the 25 That is going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Mick out for out number 1. That's already Ed's 3rd strikeout of the game. And Lou comes up now batting .407 with 9 homers and 20 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Manny gets it, little Manny. That'll be out number 2. So it's up to DiMaggio to get something going, batting .250, 5 homers and 12 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Minnie again. So 1, 2, 3 goes the Yankees. To the bottom of the 2nd we go. Zeke, Minnie, and Falk do up. Zeke is batting .206, 2 homers and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the field. He fires over to first for out number 1. Minnie Mioso's up now. And Minnie is batting .236, 2 homers and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be a hit by pitch. That's he's an HB0, and he's not. So Mioso gets aboard here with a hit by pitch. 18 comparisons. The Yankees are 11-6. They've struck out 125 times. They've walked 99, hit 41 doubles and 14 triples. White Sox are at 500, 10-10. Struck out 48 times, walked 80 times, had 37 doubles and 18 triples. And Minnie's down there at first. And here's the pitch to Bib Falk. Bib's batting .290 with 3 homers and 15 RBIs. And Bib gets a hold of this. See where this ball is going to end up at, folks. And that's going to be a single in the right field. And let's see here. Single in the right, a 39. Minus a 37. I think he's going to stay put. Yep. Minnie's going to stay put. Doesn't need to get thrown out at third. It's already in scoring position with 1 out for Buck Weaver. And Buck Weaver's batting .333. No homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And they'll get the runner out at second. Let's see here. First and second, we'll look at this right here. We'll get the runner out at second. That'll be it on the 6-4 put out. So now you got first and third and 2 outs for the tank Sherm Lore. Sherm's batting .222. He's got a homer and 6 RBIs. And he just nailed this one, folks. And this is going to drive in a run at least. And that's going to be a single in the left field. And that makes it a 1-0 ball game. The White Sox score here in the bottom of the 2nd. See if Ed can help his own cause here. 2 outs. And runners on first and second. And Ed's batting .167. No homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the field. He goes the short way over to second. But the White Sox score 1 and take a 1-0 lead into the 3rd inning. We got Barrel, Red, and SHAWKEY do up here. And Yogi is batting .179 with 1 homer and 7 RBIs. And that's going to be a 25. That'll be a fly ball out to center field. And that'll be out number 1. And Red's up now. And Red's batting .179, no homers and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be another fly ball. This one again out to center field. Minnie's busy today. 2 up and 2 down, 2 fly balls to center. And SHAWKEY's up now. And Bob is 0 for 6 on the year. And that's going to be a fly ball this time out to Falk. And the Yankees go down 1, 2, 3. To the bottom of the third we go. Top of the order due up here in the bottom of the third. Appling, Collins, and Reynolds. And Luke grounded out the shortest first time up. Not this time. That's going to be a base hit in the right field. So the leadoff batter's aboard here. And Eddie Collins comes to the plate. And Collins grounded out to Yogi his first time up. And that's going to be probably a rare play here. 43. That's probably going to be fielding column 3. It is. Well pitched of a 3. He's not. So that's going to be a rare play on 36. 14 and a 36 with a runner down to first. 23. That's going to be right in front of the plate. See if Yogi can make another nice play. And that's going to be a strike. Runner drops third strike. And so that's going to be a strikeout, and Appling is going to hold at first. So now you got Reynolds up with a 1 out and a runner down at first. Reynolds is 0 for 1. And that's going to be against the 20. And that is going to be a single in the right field. And Appling speed, he's going to hold at second. Wait a second, that might not be. Then let's go back. Wrong card. Sorry about that. Didn't switch cards. That's going to be an 8 against it. So 8 against a 21. And that is going to be a pop up down the third. And Red's got it for out number 2. And now Zeke's up. And Zeke is 0 for 1, grounded out the shortest first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. And out of end inning, the White Sox strand 1. We get to the top of the 4th. Chicago holding on to a 1-0 lead. You got the top of the order due up here for the Yankees. So you can see the Yankees have scored 92 runs on 50 homers and 5 stolen bases, haven't been caught stealing. The White Sox have scored 87 runs on 16 homers, 8 stolen bases, and been caught 4 times. Tony is 0 for 1 today. He struck out. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. And Bibbs got it for out number 1. See if Phil can get something going here. Get on for the big boys. He flew out the center his first time up. And that's going to be a pop-up down the second for out number 2. So it's up to Babe Ruth to do something here. Down by 1 with 2 outs in the top of the 4th. Ruth struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a 22. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Collins. And out of end inning, 1, 2, 3 goes the Yanks. To the bottom of the 4th we go. You got Mioso, Falk, and Weaver due up. Minnie has been hit by a pitch and came around to score the only run. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. And nice play out there by DiMaggio. Just robbed Minnie of a base hit. Little tip of the cap by Bob. Now there's 1 out and Falk is up. And Falk is 1 for 1. He singled back in the second. And that's going to be another base hit in the right field. Bibb 2 for 2 against Bob. Brings up Buck Weaver now with a runner down at first. 1 out. And Weaver grounded into a fielder's choice the first time up. And that's going to be a 19. And that's going to be another ground ball back to the mound. And a 53. And the runner will get down to second. Only play 4. Bob is over to the first. So now you got a runner in scoring position and 2 outs for Lohr. And Sherm, he got an RBI single his first time up. And that's going to be a infield. That's going to be a pop-up in the foul territory down the left field line. Rizzuto goes over and makes the catch for out number 3. Chicago strands another one. We go to the top of the 5th. We got Mantle, Gehrig, and DiMaggio up. Mick struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a hit in the center field. And Yoso's out there, and he makes a nice play and robs Mick of a base hit. 1 down. Now you got Lou Gehrig up. And Lou, he flew out to center field his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And a 54 on a 5. That'll be fielding column 2. That's going to be an E5. Weaver bombs side. There goes the perfect game. Lou's down at first. Let's see if the Yankees can cash in on this error. DiMaggio flew out to center field his first time up. First base runner for the Yankees down at first on the error by Weaver. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And Weaver might just make up for this and turn this into the old 5-4-3 double play, and he does. So Walsh still faces the minimum, but the perfect game's gone. We go to the bottom of the 5th, and it's still a 1-run ball game for the White Sox. We got Walsh, and then Appling and Collins do up here against SHAWKEY. And Walsh is 0 for 1, grounded into a forced play. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short for out number 1. And here's Luke Appling now. Luke is grounded out and singled. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. That'll be the second strikeout for Bob. 2 up and 2 down here in the 5th. And that brings up Eddie Collins. He's grounded out and struck out. And that's going to be a lazy fly out the Babe. He makes the catch. 1, 2, 3 goes the White Sox. To the top of the 6th we go. The bottom part of the order due up though. Bear, Red, and SHAWKEY. Yogi's 0 for 1. He's flown out the center his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field this time for out number 1. Red can get a 1-out rally started here. Red flew out the center his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball. Nope, that's going to be a swing and a miss. Ed strikes him out for out number 2. And it's up to Bob to do some damage of his own here. He flew out the right his first time up. And that's going to be against 27. That's going to be the first base hit of the ball game because we don't need no stinking DH. That drops in front of Bibb. And Bob's aboard here with the first base hit of the game for the Yankees. See if they can take advantage of the pitcher getting aboard here. So the no-hitter's going, and Tony's up. Tony is 0 for 2, struck out and flown out. And that's going to be a 9 and a 9. And that's going to be another hit. Back-to-back hits as Tony gets aboard here with an infield single. All of a sudden now with 2 outs, the Yankees making some noise here in the 6th inning. First and second for Phil Rizzuto. Phil is 0 for 2. He's flown out and popped up. And against a 26 and an 8. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Collins. He fires over to first, and that'll end the threat. The Yankees strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's still a 1-0 ball game for the White Sox. We got Reynolds, Zeke, and Minnie due up here against Bob in the 6th inning. And Reynolds is 0 for 2, flown out and popped up. And that's going to be a ground ball in front of the plate. And Yogi again makes a nice play. And that'll be out number 1. And Zeke's up now with nobody on and 1 out. He's 0 for 2, grounded out and flown out. And that's well hit against Bob. And that ball splits the gap out there in right field. And that's a 1-out double by Zeke. So Torrance run down at second with 1 out for Minnie Mioso. And Minnie is 0 for 1 today. He's been hit by a pitch and came around the score and flew out the DiMaggio. And that ball's well hit. And that's probably going to drive in it. Well, Zeke don't have a lot of speed. But it don't matter because that ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. Minnie Mioso is just homered here and has made it a 3-0 ball game, folks. Now it's 1-0, nobody on for Bibb Ball. And Bibb is 2 for 2 today. He's got 2 singles against Bob. And that's going to be the first time they get him out. That's a ground ball down the first. Lou's got it. Bob settles down after the homer. Now there's 2 outs for Buck Weaver. And Weaver's 0 for 2. Grounded into a force play and grounded to the pitcher. And that's going to be a fly ball out to left field. Roos got it. But the damage is done by the Minnie Mioso 2-run homer. And the White Sox lead 3-0 as we go to the top of the 7th. We got the big boys coming up here for the Yankees, though. Ruth, Mano, and Gehrig. Babe's 0 for 2, struck out and grounded out. And that's going to be a 22. That is going to be a ground ball down to Collins. Nice play by him. And Ruth's out. So now it's Mick up with nobody on and 1 out. Can Mick get aboard here? Yankees need base runners. And that's going to be a base on balls. Mick will take it. So Mick's down at first now for Lou Gehrig. And Lou is 0 for 2. He is flown out and reached on an error. Lou do some damage here. And he does. That ball is high. How far is this one going to travel, folks? That is the question. And that ball is out of here. Home run, Lou Gehrig. And it's back to a 1-run ball game. As Lou Gehrig hits his 10th homer of the year in his 18th and 19th RBI. And it's a 3-2 ball game. And now DiMaggio's up with 1 out and nobody on. And Joe is 0 for 2. He is flown out and grounded out. And that's going to be a 23. That's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes DiMaggio out for out number 2. So Ed gets an out right after the homer. See if Yogi can do some damage. Yogi is flown out to center and to left. And that's going to be a ground ball. Nope, that's going to be a swing and a miss. So Ed comes back with back-to-back strikeouts after the Lou Gehrig homer. But the Yankees score 2, and we go to the 7th inning stretch. It's a 3-2 ball game. We got Lohr, Walsh due up, and Appling here in the bottom of the 7th. Sherman's 1 for 2 today. He has singled and drove in a run and popped up. And that's going to be a hit by pitch. That is SHAWKEY's 2nd hit by pitch. And Lohr's down at first. And do we take Walsh out after getting hit around in the 7th? Try to score some more runs. I think they will. I think Ed's going to come out of the game here. They're going to go with a pitch hitter. Try to score some more runs here in the 7th. against SHAWKEY. And I believe Harry Hooper's coming off the bench. So let's see what Harry can do here. Bringing a lefty in, a pitch hit. And Hooper's batting .294 in the year with a homer and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball back to SHAWKEY. Can they turn 2 is the question. And nope, the only play is going to be over to first. The runner will get in the scoring position with 1 out. And we're back to the top of the order in Luke Appling. So 1 out and a runner down at second. Yankees need to keep this a 1-run game. Luke is 1 for 3, single, grounded out, and struck out. And no, it's not going to be a 1-run game. Well, Sherm don't have a lot of speed for you here. And it's going to not matter because that's going to be against the 20. That is going to be a triple in the deep center field. And that's going to get that 1 run, one of those runs right back. And you got a runner down at third and 1 out. Yankees will have to bring the infield in now, trailing by 2. And not what they wanted here in the bottom of the 7th after getting it back to a 1-run game. Eddie Collins is up. He's 0 for 3. Grounded out, flown out, and struck out. And that's going to be a 20. And that's going to be another base hit, infield hit. And Appling is going to come in to score. That ball was hit up the middle, was knocked down by Tony, but the runner will score. And now it's back to a 2-run ball game, folks. 3-run ball game, sorry. It's 5-2. So they get those 2 runs right back and still only 1 out for Reynolds. Reynolds is 0 for 3. He has flown out, grounded out, and popped up. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on him. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And that'll be the old 5-4-3 double play. But a little too late as 2 runs come across. White Sox get it back to 5-2. We go to the top of the 8th. We got the bottom part of the order due up rough, SHAWKEY, and then back to Tony. See who's going to come out of the bullpen here. And it's going to be Staley trying to come in and get a 2-inning save here for the White Sox. And Jerry comes in the game. This is his 7th appearance. He's got 2 saves with a 1.42 ERA. Like I say, he'll be facing the bottom part of the order. Red, a pitch hitter, and then Tony. Here's the pitch to Red. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Appling's got it. He fires over to first for out number 1. That'll be it for Bob. Let's see who's going to come off the bench here and pitch hit. It'll probably be Combs. Earl's going to come off, try to get some runners on as the Yankees trail by 3 again. See if Earl can get aboard here for the big boys. Earl is batting .250 on the year, no homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Reynolds and left for out number 2. Yankees would like to get at least a couple runs, maybe we'll get it down to a 2-run ball game at least. Here in the 8th, don't want us to have to score all 3 in the 9th. Tony is 1 for 3. He singled back in the 6th. And that's going to be it's the 22. That's going to be a ground ball Down the second, Collins has got it. And that'll end the inning. The Yankees go down in order. And let's see here. We're going to bring in a Red Ruffin's going to come in the game, try to keep it a 3-run game for the Yankees. Where's Red at? There he is. They'll be facing Zeke, Minnie, and Bib. And Zeke is 1 for 3. He doubled and came around to score in the 6th. And that's going to be a fly ball out the roof for out number 1. And this is Red's second appearance. He has no record and no ERA. So that's 1 down here in the 8th. Minnie Mioso, who homered his last time up. He is 1 for 2 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Red at third. He fires over to first to Lou for out number 2. And now you got Bib Falk up, and Bib's having a nice game. He's 2 for 3, 2 singles in the game. And he's going to get another hit here today, folks. And that ball is driven into right field off the wall, and Bib's got himself a 2-out double. And the Yankees can't afford to give up another run here. Already down by 3. And Buck Weaver's 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice and flown out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Lou's got it, tosses it over to Red covering, and that'll end the inning. The White Sox strand 1. We go to the top of the 9th. The Yankees got some work to do. They're down by 3. They got Rizzuto, and then the big boys, Ruth and Mantle, due up. See if they can get on base here. Bill is 0 for 3. He has flown out, popped up, and grounded out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. And that'll be out number 1. Here comes George Herman Ruth. And the Babe is 0 for 3. Struck out and grounded out the second twice. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Zeke at first. He takes it himself. So it's up to Mick. The Yankees are down to their last out. Can Mick keep this game alive? And Mantle is 0 for 2. He walked back in the 7th. And that's going to be another base on ball. So Mick does his job and extends this game. Here's Lou Gehrig. He homered his last time up. He's 1 for 3 today with that 2-run homer. Can he keep the game going? And nope, that's going to be a pop-up down the short. And that's your ball game, folks. The White Sox sweep the series 2 games to none. And they win this one 5-2. Take a look here at the box score. And the Yankees 2 runs on just 3 hits and no errors. The Yankees did a good job with the little bit of opportunities they had. White Sox 5 runs, 9 hits, and an error. You had the big home run by Lou Gehrig. The Yankees were 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position. Only left 3 men on base. Like I said, they did a decent job against Ed Walsh. But Bob SHAWKEY couldn't keep up with him. Luke Appling 2 for 4. And Bib Falk 3 for 4. The White Sox were 4 for 7. Minnie Mioso with a home run. White Sox left 5 men on base. Tough loss for Bob. Bob goes to 2-1, 7 innings, 8 hits, 5 runs, 2 strikeouts, and a homer. Red Ruffin comes in, pitches a nice 9th inning, 8th inning, 1 run, 1 inning, 1 hit. Ed Walsh goes to 4-0, 7 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, struck out 6 and gave up the homer. Staley comes in, gets his third save, 2 innings, and walked 1. Take a look here at the standings and the leaderboard. And now the Tigers, Indians, and Yankees are all tied for the lead. White Sox are just a game and a half back. Senators 2 games. Red Sox 3.5. And the A's and the Orioles are 4.5 games back. Ted Williams leading with that .420 batting average now. And Lou with 10 homers. And Ted Williams with his 20 RBIs. And Billy Pierce now leading the American League with a 1.55 ERA. And Ed Walsh leading the American League with 4 wins. Joe Page with 5 saves. Lou still leading in the MVP voting. And Ed Walsh leading in the Best Pitcher Award. I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for reminders. Let's see what the next game is going to be here, because that was the final game of this 2-game series. I don't think it was a 3-game series. Nope. The Yankees travel to Washington next. So let's see what the next game on the channel is going to be. And it's going to be the Cubs against the Pirates. See how many game series this is. 1, 2, 3. That's a 3-game series. So the next game on the channel is going to be the Cubbies at the Pirates on May 4th. Until next time, you all have a great day and take care.